Oh, Ray, how you doing?
Hiya.
Where you been?
I've been down to Dartmoor.
What the hell takes you to Dart? Not on that, I hope.
Absolutely, the Granite Way and I. No problems.
But where did you pick that up from?
With
that
these-
little puppy.
This is all the bits out of the trash can that you left when you crashed the bike.
Hold on, that's out of the bits and pieces box?
Absolutely.
Get out of here! You got to be joking. Nah, that was a silver piece of junk. This is like nothing like what I
Well,
left you.
there were so many marks and cuts and everything on it, I couldn't go out on that. So
Hold on.
I had to
Whoa,
trim
whoa,
it
whoa,
up.
Whoa, whoa. So you've built a fresh bike out of all that utter junk?
Absolutely. And look at her. Isn't she nice?
Well, it was a set of pieces, I guess, wasn't it? But
Well, you went up to, you know where, top of Snowdon.
okay. Hey, listen, you got time for a cup of tea?
Yeah, sure, no problems.
Let's talk over this mule of yours. Right, now the last time I got on this thing, although it is a different thing now to last time, it still gives me nightmares. No change, Ray? Same old piece of shit.
It's my little mule and I like it.
Mule is the word.
That's it. You
Mule
take
is
her
the
out.
word.
And you
Right,
know how to
okay.
work the buttons, don't you?
Well, I don't. What's all this display going on here? We've got a lot to talk about.
Oh, don't worry about that.
We have got a lot to talk about. Okay, right, let's...
Have you got it switched on?
Okay, here we go. Oh my God, what the hell? Are you serious? That's ridiculous.
He's gone.
You have got to be joking.
Speedy Gonzales.
What have you done to it? It's actually decent.
Decent.
That's ridiculous.
Well, I like it. I think it's just
What
right.
on earth have you done to that
I've
piece
done
of
some really good old school engineering. And
Wow.
there you have it.
Oh, Christ, come on, let's have a cup of tea.
Let's go.
Come on, we're going to talk about. Right, Ray, come and talk me through what you've done to this monster. Liam, can you check that stick, please? Ah, cheers. Ah, right, that there. Great, right, we're good to go. Well, it's kind of good to go. Brilliant.
Neat job, Steve. There's
You like
only
that?
one problem.
What's that?
There's a kickstand on there. I happened to mention it because
Oh, dear. What an idiot. What
it was
an
the
idiot.
only thing that wasn't broken.
Right.
Because I got all these bits and pieces out of the trash can, which you dropped in there kindly.
Yeah.
Because I said I wanted to build something that was a load of rubbish, as usual.
Yeah, and it is true that I did actually drop this bike off with Ray as a box full of bits. After many aborted attempts at having a good time on a mountain bike, it was simply the most hideous thing I've ever ridden. Ray, I have to say though, however, after a quick spin, it is totally transformed.
Yeah, I gave it a change. I like the £350 tag when you were riding it up Snowdon. I thought that was probably just about right. In fact, it was good value for money. But it didn't go up there, as you know, that well. But it still did get up there in the end. So
yeah. Can we talk through the elements of the transformation? I think we have to start off with the beautiful felt work on the frame.
Well, after you chucked it down the ravine, I thought maybe all those tooth marks that made it look as if it had been eaten by a crocodile should be covered up. So a little bit of felt. Very nice,
very
comfy,
nice.
No problems at all, and it won't rust either. So the next thing we had the controller. That was fairly simple, so we put a sine wave controller in there that doesn't need those infamous little contactors known as Hall effects.
Right.
They are rubbish and they go wrong, so that's really upgraded. Nice bit of kit.
Right, move on now to the battery. Now, the last time I rode this bike, the battery was continually falling out of it. And like I said, it rendered the bike unrideable, basically. You seem to have done a bit of an upgrade there.
Well, the fittings aren't that good for it, but it is strapped on now and it's fairly solid. So, you know, I'm pretty pleased with that. Not only that, just to make sure everything's okay, I put an isolating switch on there so that it doesn't explode. Because it might explode. It's had a rough ride in its life.
Are you telling me that this bike could have caught fire?
It could have done, yeah. Absolutely. Because all the metalwork inside the battery thing looked like spaghetti.
Right.
And so I've cleaned that off.
Is this something that some people need to bear in mind if they're buying a cheap e-mountain bike?
Absolutely right. It's best you get an aluminium cased battery if you can, or battery up the tube. Because these, I mean, there was a big lump out of that and it smashed right through the circuit work.
Right.
So it was circuit work to be repaired and the connections. And these batteries, these Lion batteries, are very powerful. They are so powerful that if they get a shortage, they can really rip up some temperature. So the next thing we looked at was the PAS unit. There's 12 studs on this one, but it can come, hiya puss, it can come like the cat with 8 studs. Cat's got 4 legs. And if you put extra studs on here, and you try and put them out so that they're well balanced, you'll get more power, because each time one of these studs pass the sensor, it sends a little signal to the motor. The more signals it gets, the more power it can develop in the time that it's running. So that's a good idea. So if you want to speed up, just put some extra studs on it.
As simple as that?
It's as simple as that.
Wow, crikey. Now, in terms of the power, I guess this little system here is going to give you some example of the power. This seems to me like the kind of thing you'd get on a modern e-mountain bike, but in 1970 style.
This is a computer power monitor, and you can buy this basic online, £8.
£8?
£8. It's got a small computer in it. Absolutely brilliant. Tells you the power you're using in watts.
Right.
The power you've used on that trip.
Right.
Tells you the voltage that you're running on. Tells you the voltage that you drop down from. Tells you the voltage that you end your tour on. It tells you your blood group if you're not careful.
It's not going to tell you how many watts you're putting into the system.
It's going to tell you, you can work that one out.
What?
Yeah, you can work that out. Hold the bike for a moment. Just let me give you something here. Here we have,
what the hell?
Back in the shop.
What?
In here we have a little box, and in this box is a microcomputer. And this is really a powerful thing, and it costs £18, and it's an Arduino. There we are. Now if you program that and you put that in that little bag there, or this little bag here, it will tell you everything you ever needed to know. And not only that, it will talk to the GPS, it will tell you how many feet you're going up, you can work out the horsepower, the wattage from that. The whole lot is downloaded onto the little storage here, and when you get home, you can have your tour.
Do you know what though? You've still got that problem with the battery taking about 100 hours to be charged.
No. We use the buck converter. This unit here, £12. And what this does is it fits to an ordinary 12-volt car battery, and it produces 42 volts, as good as you like, DC.
Yeah.
And you can see the cat's interested. And that will power your battery. So if you're like me and you go out and doing a bit of, camper vanning and the like, and you want to charge your bike, have one of these, 93% efficient.
Right.
Otherwise, you've got the inverter, 80% efficient in your van, and then on the back side of that, you've got a 50% efficient
system
charger.
Right, costs.
Costs. Right.
Felt work first.
The felt worked.
Yeah, I mean, after all, you felt it needed doing, right?
Indeed, a 99p, I think. 99p for this.
Yeah.
We didn't do anything to the MUXS motor. We did buy a chain for £7 because the other one was no good at all. Yeah. We had the magnets in stock to put on the PS to up that.
Can we have a look at those? Have you got any spares of those magnets?
Well, yeah, they're around somewhere. I'll probably put them in my pocket. Right. Just let's see if we can find them. There they are.
There you go. So we're going to get a close-up of those later. Cost?
Maybe 15p each, 20p each.
15 pence to make the motor go faster?
No, each. I might put 4 on in this case. I'll put 4 on, yeah.
Madness.
Yeah, that's it.
Right, so we'll look now at what, £8.34. Carry on.
Yeah, we can on a good day.
Bearing in mind this bike was free of charge because it was in a trash can.
Absolutely. If you really want to get a reasonable controller, you're going to look at £25.
Battery mountings and fittings.
Well, the battery mounting is on its standard one, and there's a strap just to make it a bit better, that's all. There's nothing more than that. That's as good as it gets on this. Right. Bear in mind, this is going to be more like a cross-country bike, because it really isn't up to going on the heavy stuff. It really isn't. But it's really good at going across country. You go on the granite road, which is metal and asphalt and a bit of rubbish. Yeah. It is absolutely excellent, and I can tell you that this will outpace virtually any mountain bike you like on that road. You mean
some of the mountain bikes or the e-mountain bikes?
I don't know. You know the one you gave me?
The way I rode this down the road a minute ago, and you have to bear in mind, this is, like Ray says, it's made for forest tracks, and in that environment, I think it's absolutely bang on.
To summarise, this bike, the engineering's about 10 years old, And everything works, everything's been tested, and there's nothing new, and everything's simple. And more than that, it's get-atable. That means I can get at this if the gearing goes. If I have the motor down here at the bottom of the frame, I can't get inside it. It's really locked up. If I want to modify the PAS, I can do it here. It's dead easy. I can't do that on the other type of motor. You can't. Because
not without voiding the warranty, Ray?
Absolutely. Well, you can't even get in there. I mean, I've tried getting in these places and they don't want to have you aboard. No. So you can't do anything with that. Now, the good thing about the bottom drive here is that, of course, it enjoys the transmission that goes along to the back. So that's good. That's a good point. But unfortunately, with the mid-drive, it rips the chains up and it does nasty things to the sprockets. Okay, well, enough about the bitching about the mid-drives. I love mid-drive bikes. Yeah, we know. What about the future for this bike? Well, the future for this bike is I would like to have a hub drive on the front, and I'd put a little computer in here which would do ABS and drive. ABS? Yeah, ABS. Yeah. Braking, just like the car. Yeah. Right? So when you go downhill, you get a bit more control. And that would be a pretty good thing to have. And it's easy to do on this old style of bike. No problem at all. But better than that, the one thing I'm thinking of doing, and I've never seen it anywhere else, is put an inclinometer on it. That means when I go uphill, I get more power. Are you actually serious? Absolutely. So I'm going to have not only two-wheel drive, ABS and inclined motion. That'll be fine. However, you have failed on one point, and that is the suspension of the bike. And Ray, I'm going to present you with probably one of the finest mountain bike forks ever made from the 1996 era, a pair of Italian Marzocchi Bomber Z1s. I like it. I take that as, well, more or less something I could almost put wine in. It's a gold cup to me because of that one, that is utter junk. That is more danger than suspension. I thought I was going up an escalator when I was riding that one. I shall wear these with pride. They'll be on by next week. And I think that completes the picture of the Resurrection. On the bike, making good progress on a lovely sunny morning. Just looking to see what we got on the voltage. We got 39 volts on the battery, which is 3 short of the maximum. And we're just using about 4.55 watts at the moment. And the speed, well, I should think we're going about 16 kilometers at the moment. And I'm just looking at the watt meter, and again we're using around about 5 watts. Voltage is still 39 and the motor's taking about 14 amps, 1.4 amps at the moment. Ray, I'm mind blown. I'm actually mind blown. Guys, if you've got any questions on how to do some of the things that Ray's done, but Ray, I think you need to bear in mind, you need to be really careful with electrics on a bike, because I certainly wouldn't be going anywhere near that. But yeah, please let us know in the questions down below. Ray, please don't forget to fit the forks to the bike, because I think that'll make it. That'll definitely make it. This is my award for technology.